Okay, so let's say after my first event, after pulling out one ball, all right, and I don't replace it, I don't put it back into my bag, how is that going to affect the probabilities of me picking another ball? Okay, so let's say in my first one, I took out a red ball. Okay, now if I take out the red ball, what happens to the number of balls that are in my bag if I don't replace it? Okay, if I don't replace it, then I'm left with 19 balls, isn't it? Okay, but now I took out one red ball. So how many red balls are left? So I no longer have 10 red balls. Now I have 9 red balls. Okay. If now I wanted to take out, if I got a black ball, for example, after the red, and I still took away the one red, does that affect, it affects the number of my balls, yes, which is 19, but does it affect my black balls? No, it doesn't, because I didn't pick a black ball, I picked a red ball. Even here as well, my number of outcomes is 19, okay? But I didn't affect any of the yellow balls. Why? Because I picked a red ball the first time. So therefore here, I can still have 6 over 19. Okay, so let's say the first time, now we move on to the black balls. If here I picked a black ball and I didn't replace it, okay, so how many balls would I now have in my bag? I would have 19 balls, okay, and how many red balls would they still be in the bag? There would still be 10 red balls because I picked a black ball and not a red ball here in this situation here. Yeah, how many balls am I left with? I'm left with 19 still, but now I took away one black ball. So how many black balls are left in my bag? I'm left with 3 balls, okay? Here, how many balls are in my bag altogether? 19, but now, how many yellows? Okay, I still have 6 yellow balls in my bag. All right. Here as well, my first one, let's say I took out a yellow ball and I don't replace it, then I still have 19 balls, but my 10 balls are still red. They're still in the bag. Okay. My black balls as well, there's still four black balls out of 19. And here now we have then that if I picked out a yellow and I didn't replace it, how many now am I left with? I'm left with 5. Okay, out of 19. And you will note that when you add the probabilities, so the probabilities of my first event, when I add them, they add up to 1. The probabilities of my second event, when I add all of these, okay, they add up to 1. So when I add these 3, they add up to 1. When I add these ones, they add up to 1. When I add these ones, they also add up to 1. Okay. So now let's say we are asked to find the probability of getting a red the first time and getting another red the second time. Okay, so that's going to be the probability of getting a red the first time, which is 20 times 10 over 20 multiplied by 9 over 19. Okay. The probability of me getting a yellow and a red card. Ball. So what is that going to be? It's my first probability, which is 6 out of 20, multiplied by my red ball, okay, which is 10 out of 19. So what would happen if when I picked out my 2 balls, okay, if I picked out my 2 balls, what is the probability of me, okay, not getting a red and a red? So what is the probability of me not getting any red balls? Okay, so what does that tell you? Here, this arm here falls away because there's still a red here. Okay, even if I get a black and a yellow one here, this one is going to fall away. It doesn't apply. Okay, because there is reds here in this combination. Here, I can get a black and a red, so this one doesn't apply, ne? But here, I can get a black and a black, and I can also get a black and a yellow. Okay, so the probability of me not getting a red is the probability of me getting black, black, okay, plus the probability of me getting a black Y, okay, plus here, my yellow and red, that's out. So it's the probability of me getting a yellow and black, okay, plus the probability of me getting two yellows. So it's a yellow and yellow. All right. Then what you then do is you add these probabilities. So it's going to be 4 over 20 multiplied by 3 over 19 represents the first one. And then I'm going to have 4 over 20 times 3 over 19, which represents this one here. And then I'm going to have 6 over 20 times 4 over 19, which represents that over there. And then I'm going to have y, which is 6 over 20 multiplied by 5 over 19. And that would tell me the probability of me getting two balls that are not red. Okay. Alternatively, I could have written this as okay. So this very same example, I could have written it as, okay, 1 as equals to 1 minus the probability of me getting two reds. Okay, and this would therefore have been 1 minus, okay, 10 over 20 multiplied by 9 over 19. And that would give me the probability.